Hi there, it's Donovan, and today I want to be talking about Pikmin because Nintendo did just confirm that Pikmin are indeed invisible. Now, that could mean a lot of things. They could be, in your book bag, your school, your lunchbox. They could be in your urethra. Welcome back to one last game where one doesn't actually mean one. And ever since the Close to You film just released with a secret version on Nintendo Today, the app used by 30-year-old lobotomites or 2-year-old children. They released a special version of Close to You with a bunch of Pikmin. Now, as a big-brain Nintendo nerd, I noticed the Pikmin theme immediately when I was watching the invisible standard version on YouTube. It was just so clear to my ears. And then Nintendo, with one day, just confirmed, yes, it was Pikmin. I think it would have been much more funny if Nintendo never said anything about Close to You for just ever. Never acknowledged it ever again. But it only took them 24 hours, and, well, it's Pikmin related. And it's probably the first time in 2 years that Pikmin's really been talked about, ever since the release of Pikmin 4. And it makes me think about Pikmin's position in Nintendo's whole sphere of mascots. Pikmin is Nintendo's top 5, at least that's what they consider it. In terms of sales, it's much more close to Kirby and Fire Emblem. But in terms of merchandise, however, that's probably a different story. Maybe it's on par with Fire Emblem, maybe it's slightly above because of its little cutesy aesthetic. But because of all this Pikmin talk recently, I really just wanted to talk about my love for the Pikmin series, because I just got off of a podcast with my good friend Mr. Dean, and something that really pissed me the fuck off is that he's never played any other Pikmin game other than one, and he was yapping all about all of the Paper Mario series. God damn it. Okay, I'm being a little bit sarcastic. I don't actually care that he hasn't played it. But I do suggest that you should play it, because I'm about to spiel all about Pikmin. I have played Pikmin 1. That's probably the least amount of Pikmin that I've played, if that's even English. But I have mostly played Pikmin 3 Deluxe and Pikmin 4, and what an incredible 2 games those are. In fact, I know a lot about Pikmin 2, so this whole quadrilogy is just absolutely magnificent, super creative. I bet Miyamoto loves Pikmin more than he loves his own child. And luckily I don't have children to love, so I can love all of Pikmin. Pikmin is a series that I sometimes forget even exists, unfortunately. But whenever I am reminded of Pikmin, I am reminded of the innate curiosity and cleverness and just the overall fun, tactical vibes you get from Pikmin. Pikmin is a tactical... What's the genre? Editor Don, add that in.
Real-time strategy.
But Pikmin is no baby game. In fact, it involves a lot more thinking, especially with Pikmin 1 with its very strict time limit. But let's go through Pikmin 3 Deluxe and Pikmin 4, the Pikmin games that I've played. I have a lot to say about Pikmin 4. Maybe that could be its own full-on DonovanDud video. But Pikmin 3, I have a little bit less to talk about. I remember picking that up when it first released, and when I played it, I'm like, yeah, that's a pretty good game. I love everything about the whole system of collecting items and bringing them back to your ship, or I guess collecting fruits so you don't die and starve to death. Pikmin is a very dark game, no one better send the SpongeBob roller coaster meme. I swear to God, the Pikmin, again, they could be in your urethra. You would never know. It's a pretty wonderful time. I had my fun with it, especially bingo, the bingo thing with co-op. Why is that so fun? I remember playing that with my cousin. We kind of had a damn good time with that. And after Pikmin 3, we just had to wait a long time for Pikmin 4. Remember that joke Miyamoto made? Miyamoto's stand-up routine was getting pretty good, saying Pikmin 4 was close to completion, and then we got Hey Pikmin. After a really long wait, I played Pikmin 3 Deluxe, and I had a good time with it, but I knew the agonizing pain that Pikmin fans were going through. But once Pikmin 4 was announced in that very fateful Nintendo Direct, I remember watching that at school. I was walking down the stairs, and when that was revealed, I literally had to, I kid you not, I stopped dead in my tracks just to go, what? Just to audibly say what. I clogged traffic that day, and I'm very proud of that. Pikmin 4 was finally revealed for the Nintendo Switch and was set to release in 2023. I was pretty stoked and very happy for the Pikmin community, and I'm not one of those Nintendo fans that will beg for a series like F-Zero has to come back, please, and then we'll never buy it. But Pikmin 4, yeah, I was very keen on purchasing the game because it looked pretty good, and I bought it. And I have to say,
Oh my god. I get it.
Pikmin 4 is one of the greatest Nintendo games of all time. It is one of my favorite games of all time. It is one of the greatest games on Nintendo Switch. I am not kidding. That game is so good. It surprised the hell out of me. At first, it was a little bit of a slow startup. You know, getting used to things, getting used to the lock-on mechanic, which was a little bit annoying. That was maybe the one detriment to this game, but once you get used to it, it works pretty good. But then after those first probably 2 hours, when I got in the groove, I was so dead set on collecting everything. I got most of my enjoyment from Pikmin 4 by 100%ing the entire game. I feel like with games like Pikmin 4 or like Donkey Kong Bonanza, you're missing out on so much content and so much fun if you don't aim for 100% completion. I was very keen on 100%ing Pikmin 4 after those 2 hours. I wanted to get every single collectible, and when you have that mindset, Pikmin 4 is easily a 40-hour experience. It was surprisingly long, surprisingly beefy. The game, it just kept getting better and better and better and better as I kept playing. And as I mentioned, the gameplay, Pikmin gameplay has never felt any tighter, especially with the introduction of Ochi. I love that fucking freak. Ochi is so integral to Pikmin 4. I wouldn't play any other Pikmin game without Ochi. Ochi gets so much shit done, and it's so fast and efficiently, and he gets combat done. It all works so well. It just feels so great to explore and collect and just kill things. Honestly, kill things. Another problem with Pikmin 4 may be its story or lack thereof, mainly because it sort of retcons the established canon of Pikmin, but also doesn't really bother me that much. But if we ignore the story, the whole gameplay experience, again, going back to my discussion on cutscenes versus gameplay, I was very fond of playing this game because of the gameplay. Every single moment, every favorite moment of mine from this game could be derived from the gameplay experience. Controlling Ochi, controlling my made-up captain, it's such a blast. Rescuing all the little people, getting all the collectibles, doing all the night stuff. It's so fun. And then the game ends. Asterisk, because god damn it, Louie, you son of a bitch. Now I realize why everyone hates Louie. And it was after the credits, the post-game. The post-game is like 20 hours long, so I was wondering, why even have the credits? This is such a minor nitpick, but why even have the credits in the middle if the post-game is just equally as long? Just have the credits all the way at the end. So if you ignore that and make the true ending, 100% completion, this game has so much to do. It is jam-packed with love and care in every single area, every single collectible. All the collectibles have so much detail. I fell in love. I just, after the credits played and I played for additional 3 hours, I'm like, holy crap, this game is never gonna end. I love that. I love that the game keeps gaming. I loved Pikmin 4. It kept getting better and better, and I had to fight off fucking Louis. Fuck that bitch. And then there was a side story with Olimar that was basically Pikmin 1. It was like a prequel to Pikmin 4, but with no fucking stupid DLC. It was just in the game, just there as a side mode, and that's a whole like 3 hours of content. It's one of the greatest gaming experiences I've ever felt. I'm like, this game just keeps on delivering, and it does not disappoint. So, when I ended Pikmin 4, I was sad that it did end. It's just like what I felt with Donkey Kong Bonanza. I was sad that the game ended, but I'll forever cherish those fleeting moments of just pure curiosity and wonder and just surprise that I felt from Pikmin 4. And I believe Pikmin 4, if you own a Nintendo Switch, or even a Nintendo Switch 2, get Pikmin 4. It is one of the greatest Nintendo games, or greatest games that I've ever played. It does take some getting used to. Give the game like 2 to 3 hours of your time just learning the process, but once you learned the gist, it is magical. So after the Close to You film, let's hope that Nintendo can focus a little bit more on Pikmin and give it the spotlight it deserves. That includes a little bit of merchandising, which they've already been dabbling, but please give us another game. Or, heck, possibly try a spin-off. Don't try Hey Pikmin, though. But yeah, give us Pikmin 5, and give us something new to play. I wouldn't even be that mad if we got Pikmin 4 Nintendo Switch 2 Edition plus Louis gets gunned down in O-Block. I'd really like that, but most of all, instead of a remaster plus some DLC, just give us something new, Nintendo. And if you're willing to try something new, get Pikmin 4. In fact, the entire Pikmin quadrilogy, or is that even how you say it, is on Nintendo Switch. There's no excuse. So hop on your Nintendo Switch, get Pikmin 4, ride on to Ochi as we head into the comment corner where Computer Guy on my video on Apple and gaming says, Apple would have to start a gaming reputation from scratch even if they do already have a foot in the door, because right now Apple products don't really scream gaming. I kind of disagree. I think Apple already has a foot in the door, and yes, they do have a gaming reputation, but reputation is in quotation marks. I think Apple products obviously don't scream gaming, but what I'm talking about in that video is that Apple products need to have a viable option for gaming. I don't buy a MacBook or an iMac here to game. I bought these for productivity, to get work done, and to edit videos and to consume content. But on the flip side, if I really wanted to, and if some of my friends wanted to play, say, Ultimate Chicken Horse, I would like the option to play on a Mac. And I think Apple needs to do a better job at courting more developers, especially more multiplayer-focused developers or even live service developers, to the Mac, so I could play more games on the Mac, so I don't have to think, oh wait, hold on, I can't play Lethal Company because it's not on Mac. I have to use, Parallels and then install Windows through a virtual machine to play Lethal Company. I don't want to think about that. If you want to play Lethal Company with me, I'm just like, alright, yeah, let me just boot up Lethal Company. It has to be that simple, and Apple needs to do a better job. That's it from One Last Game, but there's always one last game. Now, let me check my asshole really quick.